And we're live.
Hello!
Congratulations.
Shut up. At least I wasn't singing like you were the other day.
Fuck.
Ha! Okay. Thank you. This is shit. I forgot how to do it. Okay. This is a scene in Darkness in Dublin. We are not professional. Josh, Stephen, Stefan. So basically, it's been snowing for a little while. I don't exactly know the amount of time. Let's go with like a week. Yeah, a week. Gucci. Um, and people are getting kind of confused because instead of the whole city being, in snow, uh, it's just a 5 mile radius. For you Changeling players, poor Baroness Ayala, it's snowing in her barony, as if she didn't have enough shit that she had to deal with. Ah, it's lovely. Um, so she didn't really tell you guys what to do. Last she spoke to any players, it was just a sort of, if you could do this, that would be cool. I might give you a boon. It's possible. If you do a good job and you don't fuck up. So, it's pretty much wherever you guys want to all meet up. There are several comfy little places, and, via the the 4 STs we have in the room, we have enough godlike power to just kind of say, wherever you guys show up, as will the mages.
I guess Azalea and Ringa will arrive at said location.
Let's make it, you know what, it's going to be a large coffee shop.
Coffee shop, perfect. And she's going to go in and order because it's cold outside and she wants something hot.
Ringa will pay for it, and she'll order a chai latte again. Because chai lattes make everything better. It's not like she has any problems whenever she orders one.
Yes, the barista will fulfill your orders, and then the next person can come in.
Jeremy will walk in, and he is wearing a heavy coat, dusting snow off of him. Got his arms wrapped around his body, trying to stay warm, because this is fucking weird. And he will go get a very large and very hot coffee from the nice barista person.
He takes your order with a smile and gives you a large cup of coffee.
Jeremy will then move over to the fix-in station and then make the coffee the way he likes it. Damn it, side chat. Then, also to point out, Jeremy, under his heavy coat and the hood, you can see the makings of what looks kind of like a crown, but it's made out of various branches. And maybe parts of a plastic bag.
All the symbolism, though.
Actually looks like a homeless hobo hippie.
Okay, next person can come in. Okay,
Let's
congratulations,
let all the
Brett.
changelings gather before. Yeah. Cool.
Me? Okay. Blythe will pull up outside on her motorcycle / horse. She will climb off of it and pat it gently, because even though Clarity can't feel cold, she's probably freaking out because it's not nice here. Then she is going to go inside. All she's wearing is riding leathers and her helmet. Like For those who don't know what riding leathers look like, it's basically a leather motorcycle outfit with silver studs on it. She's going to walk inside, walk up to the barista, and she is going to order the most sweet saccharin hot chocolate mixed with white, dark, and milk chocolate with sweet cream instead of milk, and with a tower of whipped cream and sprinkles.
Okay.
Sorry. Go.
Oh, my bad. I was just gonna say that he is going to make the drink for you.
She's then going to walk over to the table with the drink, pull out her double-ended straw that's got all the weird angles on it, and then is going to drink the straw with her head lying down on the table. For those who see into the dreaming, of course, she has set her head down on the table and has set up the straw so that she can drink it properly.
For those of you not in the dreaming, this person does have a head. It's not just on the table. They are drinking from their head. Yes. Because Chimerical is freaking weird like that.
Yep.
But it just looks like a normal person. I'm going to just throw that out there since we got some pages up in here.
Yeah. So she would have taken the helmet off of her Fae form, so let me show you what she looks like. That's what her mortal face looks like. And whoever's next.
That would be
I believe that
Tane.
would be myself. Oh, sorry, my apologies. Go on, again, do the thing. Didn't know if you're coming in as Carlisle, if you're coming as Tane. My apologies.
No, I'll come in as Tane. Tane will head into the coffee shop. Big honking guy with lots of hair. He's got a big ass case on his back. He'll walk over to the barista and just order coffee black.
He will look at you a little odd, but then just make the coffee without much of a complaint.
Thanks. I like my drinks simple.
Of course, sir.
He'll pay for it and actually leave a decent tip.
He looks at you kind of odd that you've left a tip. What the fuck is Snapchatting me? But then he'll just kind of say, "Are you sure, sir?"
Yeah.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yeah. He'll wander over to a table and take a seat.
Okay, mages. It's time for me to begin crying, but you can come in.
We're so nice, really, honest. I will just make one more of these. Hotcha. Okay. Kim, how many people are there in the coffee shop?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 changelings. The barista, probably their manager in the back. No, it's probably just the barista. This is a smallish coffee shop. It's also kind of snowing outside, and it is late at night, so it's just 6 people.
Okay. Hi, Mitchell.
Hello.
Okay, so when we met, this individual would have been very polite. He would have bowed to you, and he would have said that it was a pleasure to make your acquaintance, and that his name was Shishino no Kage.
Bellic would have returned the bow, although rather stiffly because he's not used to it, and would have said, "I am Bellic. It's a pleasure to meet you."
Hi, Bellic-san. A pleasure. I have been sent due to my You see him contemplate for a moment. Ability to perceive that which many people don't perceive. So, you and I are going to take a lovely walk this evening. Some of the twists and turns might not make sense, however, they are towards our goal. Does this make sense?
No.
He will pull his hood up over his head. It's just, to keep the snow off his head as they basically cross the proverbial threshold. Okay. They will then proceed to enter the coffee shop. They'll have been walking for about 15-20 minutes. I will make an important note. Before they enter, you'll see him concentrate for a moment. He'll mutter something under his breath in Japanese, and he'll kind of do a mudra with his hands. Kim, for your perspective, the security cameras in here have gone dead.
Oh boy. Okay.
He will then politely push open the coffee shop door and will hold it open for Bellic.
Thank you.
He will say, "The random causalities of fate have led me here. I have no idea why. But we shall see." Changeling players. Important note. How many of you have tasted blood?
Ringa just recently has.
You know those delicious coffee beverages that you have?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
They all taste of blood. As in the taste has changed to that of blood.
Well, she's not drinking coffee.
Well,
What
the
about-
drinks.
Oh. At that point, it's like, and you just see, you see Blythe pick her head up off the table, like she's disgusted, and is just looking around.
Yeah, the troll really looks displeased. Somebody just messed with his coffee.
Ringa is frowning, like she's kind of really pissed. Yeah, for once in her life, because somebody messed with her tea.
Is it still does it look like coffee?
Oh yeah, it still 100% looks like coffee. It smells like coffee. But when you taste it, yeah.
Just tastes of blood.
Yes. At whatever temperature the beverage was. So if it's still piping hot, it tastes like warm hot blood. If it's cooler, it tastes like cold. And it also has the texture. You know how blood has a very viscous texture?
Yeah, it has the texture too.
Yeah, it has the texture too.
Is it only mouthfeel, or if I swirl the cup, does it just behave like normal coffee?
It behaves like normal coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, Tane's going to stand up and walk over to the barista. This doesn't taste right.
Seeing the customers suddenly, dislike all of their drinks, the barista will will look very, very confused and just kind of say, is everything all right?
It tastes wrong.
What do you mean, sir?
That tastes like blood.
I hope you didn't cut yourself while making the drinks or anything. I don't even know how you would do that. Are you okay?
I will point out, for those of you who are observant, you were enjoying them right up until this duo entered the room.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Blythe is looking right their way.
Ringa's being very polite and not looking their way.
Yeah, I'm decently perceptive.
I think it's one of those grand, we leave it up to you if your character would equate 2 and 2.
Yeah. Yep. That's weird.
You know what? the Japanese man who's dressed. He's dressed in a black overcoat, and there's a black shirt underneath it. He has open it. He's very deathly pale, as in not necessarily like unnaturally pale, but he not an albino level of pale, but very sallow, kind of chalky complexion. He'll kind of gesture to Bellic and he'll say, "Shall we take a seat, perhaps?
Yeah.
May I get you anything?"
No, nothing.
As you wish.
Is everything all right, sir? You look very pale. Says to Evan's character.
Oh, sorry, my apologies. I was reading something. What you second?
Dude pretty much asked if everything was okay because you hella pale.
Oh, I'm quite fine. I thank you for your concern. I merely wished to order a beverage, but seeing you're having some issue, I am more than happy to wait.
Oh, see you motherfucker. Poor barista. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. He'll look kind of, downtrodden at that because everything was going fine and his drinks were going good, and then you walked in. So you can just kind of see him trying to make some more coffee, and he's testing it and tasting it, and it's just not going well.
Oh no, Kim! Now it will taste like coffee. And as a matter of fact, if he tests the individual's drinks, it will taste like coffee.
Including the tea? What?
No, the tea will taste like tea. God damn it. God damn it. Will the tea taste like coffee? No.
I've had tea like that before. It was delicious. But unexpected.
Tea that tastes like coffee is not like the greatest sin ever.
Do our drinks return to normal?
Yep. If you are still drinking them, absolutely, you will taste them, and they will turn. Basically, no, I'm not going to say turn back, but they will become, they will be utterly palatable.
They taste like they should, the thing that we made them.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Fucking done with you, Evan.
I love you too, Kim. If it helps, you spent a willpower to do that.
So the barista looks really confused. But then he'll just kind of say, I think everything's fixed now, sir. Sorry for your wait.
Blythe is going to tentatively take a sip and then sigh, and she's going to go back to drinking and look very, very unhappy. And there's the sound of a motorcycle revving outside.
Yeah, Ringo will take a sip too. She'll be all like, kind of look and kind of cock an eyebrow and sip. And now she's pleased again.
Those changelings. At the same time that it sounds like a motorcycle, there's also a horse neighing.
For the record, as this person gets close to you, I think we'll probably rock a perception. Is it perception, Kenning?
Yes.
Yes, that's fair.
Well, all of them. Because I always get Kenning and... Hold up. I'm tired. Let me make sure it's... It is Kenning. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I was thinking Greymare for a moment, but yeah. Kenning.
Greymare is like the knowledge.
Yeah. Look, I was tired. I skipped class for this. Actually, I didn't skip class for this. I skipped class because we had a sub, but anyway.
Alright, what plus Kenny?
Perception.
2 successes on Azalea's part.
Zero. I got exactly 2 successes and exactly 2 ones.
2 successes
Damn.
for me.
1 second, please.
How close do we need to be to make this roll?
I got
To be honest, as soon as you walk to the counter, within half of the restaurant's distance. Kind of, little sphere.
So, perception.
Yeah, I got exactly 1 success and 1-1.
So far, Ringer's the only one who got successes.
I got 2 successes. Thank you very much.
Oh, I didn't see yours behind Brett's.
I got 2.
Okay, we have all rolled. Would you like to describe this, Kim, or should I?
Okay. Anyone have 1 success?
It was 2 or 0 for everybody.
Okay.
I will notice something, Natalie, I'm sorry. You rolled D20s?
Oh, damn, you did.
Yeah. 'Cause that's a 14.
That's just funny. I'm sorry.
She gets 3 successes. Ah, the universe gives the middle finger.
Yeah, no.
I'll take those 3 then.
Okay. So those with 2 successes. That person is weird. It's not like your average mortal that you pass by on a daily basis. There's something up with them. With 3 successes, there is definitely something up with that person. You can kind of tell with the way that's a lot of glamour. That person got a lot of glamour. That's a lot more than any dreamer that you've ever seen or heard of. If they're even a dreamer.
Her look of distaste shifts to one of curiosity. And yes, I said that word. So she's now... She's very clearly watching him, seeing if... in particular, if it's just him, if there's something he's carrying that's producing all of this.
If Ringo looks over at Mitchell's character, will she notice that he's kind of the same way? That he's a little odd too? Or do you want me to roll that individually? Okay. Yeah, she's kind of eyeing them up and down too. The 2 people with curiosity were the ones who got the successes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Continue, Kim.
Yeah. We're gonna let Anthony come in real fast. Is he there? Hello? No, Anthony, don't mute. Unmute.
Yes, I'm here. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. We're currently in a coffee shop.
Oh no. Okay.
Which one of your characters do you want to play?
I'm playing Omari.
That's your changeling. Okay.
Yes. That's exactly what I met Starbucks girl.
This is actually not a Starbucks.
You saved everybody's life. I hope you know that.
No. Instead, this is it's kind of like one of those it's not exactly a mom and pop kind of thing, but it's definitely not one of those big businesses.
Okie dokie. Is it okay for me to introduce myself? Or is everybody done so?
Yeah, no, you can go ahead and enter.
Alright. So Omari walks in. I don't know why my lower third isn't working, but describe it. Does anybody have any sights up? It's important. It's not a changeling. Alright, I'll take that as a no. So, you see a very attractive young man, appearance 7, walk in. He seems to make eye contact with someone he knows, and he immediately sits down. And it looks like he has a very big grin on his face, almost as if he knows exactly what's happening.
If you want, you can roll perk kinning.
Okay.
By the way, sorry, as he sits down opposite Bellic, he will have ordered probably a green tea, and he will place it on the table in front of him. He's going to send a mental message to his darling sister saying, Philistines, one day they'll master the intricacies of tea making,
that's about
but until then I have no faith.
No idea about it.
Excellent.
Oh shit. Okay.
They're the most people you've ever peopled.
Yeah. No. What? Like you just walked in. Like you can obviously tell that there are like 5 other changelings in the room, but the other, like everybody else, they just regular ass humans. It's all good. Actually, no. You watched. You can't really tell what the barista is.
Oh,
The other
okay.
2 people are just normies.
That's fine.
And Evan, your sister just sends back a message of, you can always kill them.
Perhaps, well, for the sin they have committed and called it tea, they deserve death. However, I'll do the Archbishop's bidding, he'll pay me, and then I'll be able to get out of this fetid hole.
Of course.
He will then turn to Mitchell, and he will smile, and he will say, in Odu, I take it you speak the old tongue.
But of course.
It's so good to have a civilized conversation, do you not agree?
I do agree. It's few and far between. They have tea here.
He contemplates, I do not think that this place is a technocratic stronghold. At least, if it is, it's not exactly built up for one.
I'm wondering, is rather full for a cold night.
I'm inclined to agree. I was wondering if you would be able to ascertain for me the natures of several individuals in this room.
I can try.
Wonderful. So, what sites do you want to bring up then, Mitchell? Wow. Ugh.
I don't have mine, so we'll do spirit sight and we'll look at their auras.
Yeah. Cool. That is just your standard. What are you going to use as your foci?
He'll get up. This large, slightly round man in his looks like Genghis Khan in a tracksuit. And
Actually, interesting because both of them are Asian. Just fun fact.
and he'll get up and he'll go to the barista and order some tea, preferably oolong if you have it.
They nod and give you a cup of tea. It is the kind that you asked for.
Okay. Bellic will pop the top off of it, dip his ring finger in, flick once up, once out, and once down as normal. Put his middle finger in, dot both of his eyes in the middle of his forehead, take a big sip, and turn around.
Okay. Roll me your Erite, sir. You'll be at difficulty 3.
3 successes.
Okay, so that'll be on for the scene. Rainbows, everybody?
Y'all.
Except for the barista.
Except for the barista. My character will have a blazingly clear, somewhat black shrouded aura. It's very odd to look at.
Okay.
It's definitely a mage aura, but there's something about it.
There's also a rainbow aura coming from outside too.
Okay. Has Bellic seen a changeling's aura before?
Once.
Okay, so would he put the 2 and 2 together?
Yes.
Okay.
He will say in Odu, I believe that some of these are what they call the folk from the tales, yes?
He'll contemplate for a few moments and he'll say, I believe I understand. Kim, the barista is just an ordinary person, isn't she?
He is indeed.
Okay, she's just an ordinary person.
So he is like a she now, or still a he, or
He was always a he.
Surprise, he's having his chrysalis. Guess what he is?
Okay, he'll continue that casting. Do 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 do. That's more than enough successes. Blah. I can remember my own character's name from time to time. Don't say that I can't. Shashio Nakeji Shashio fixes the barista in his view, and he just sends the mental command, leave us. There's some work you can do in the back. He doesn't say anything. It's just mental command.
Mm-hmm. He kind of pauses for a moment, but then he just kind of walks into the back of the shop.
Lock the door while you're in there.
You hear the distinct click of a lock sliding into place.
You know what? While he's back there, because I've got him for the scene anyway, sleep.
Oh my god.
Somebody's going for a lovely nap.
Ringa glances over at Azalea.
Oh, yeah, if y'all want to roll perk kinning to know that somebody just did some shit, that's all good.
One
Two
success.
Oh,
success.
three successes.
0 successes with the exact same numbers on the 1 and the 8. Jeez.
The dice gods do not like you, sir.
Not today.
At least they're being nice to me for once.
2 successes.
Okay. Those of you with no successes, it's all good. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. With 1 success, something a little weird just happened. It was a little weird. With 2 successes, yeah, something weird totally just did happen. And it kind of, it didn't come from the changelings. It was definitely not a changeling cantrip.
Is
And
this
3
calls for
successes.
perception kenning?
Yes.
What about 3 successes, Kim?
Yes, Austin.
Just give me a moment. Okay. With 3 successes. Yeah, no. Those people over there, they just did something. They just totally did something. It didn't seem... Okay, not those people. More specifically, that one dude.
Okay.
Not the rounder dude. The other one. I'm not really sure how to describe them very well.
The pale Japanese guy.
Yes.
There's the Anemiac and the Bellic. It's pretty easy.
Yeah. Okay, and we have one more person.
Noted.
Yeah, and the barista kind of left too when he did it. So
Okay, same as me.
Yep.
yeah, y'all both got that one.
Ringa will turn to Azalea, and then her eyes will widen, and then she'll look over at the pale guy, then look at the door where the barista went, and nod a little bit.
Good to know.
Jeremy will tap on the table. Amari will tap on the table trying to get Jeremy's attention.
Jeremy's going to he's going to continue to sip his coffee because it's warm. And he's going to look over at the prettiest thing on the goddamn planet.
It's fine.
The prettiest thing on the goddamn... Sorry, this scene must now be called the prettiest thing on the goddamn planet. Sorry.
He looks at you and says, I know why it's snowing. Under his breath.
Just kind of nods.
I get
And
his
then-
attention.
Continues to sip because prettiest thing on the damn planet.
Very calmly, the Japanese man will put his tea down. He will ask Bellic once again in Urdu, are they to be treated as hostile or no?
I do not believe any of them play maliciously. Is this true?
So this is trickery, like out of a children's book, as opposed to anything with real malice or forethought.
The individuals in the room I do not believe mean us harm. I cannot speak to anything else.
I say it is time we go and introduce ourselves then.
Da.
He will say, in English, if nothing else, at least I don't have to drink that terrible tea anymore.
You quietly hear the barista crying in his sleep in the back of the shop.
You know what? Have horrible nightmares. You're still mine for the seat, bitch.
Oh, fuck you.
And you can't scream. There we go.
The
Oh,
nightmares
fuck
are
it.
totally everybody turning in their drinks, being all like, "It's terrible. What is wrong with you?"
No, I will point out, no, the nightmare is rush hour on Halloween, and you're just out of pumpkin blend.
And
There
you
you go.
and you have a bunch of customers coming through, going, "Why can't you get my order straight? Can I speak to your manager?"
God dang it.
I am the manager.
Konnichiwa, friends, he will say in a very polite, monotone voice.
Hi, what's your name? What a big goofy grin.
When
Damn it, he's the
Omari
prettiest
speaks
man
up,
in the
Jeremy
world.
just kind of like and sips his coffee.
Ringa
So-
turns around and she's like, "Hello."
Now then,
Blythe is going to pick her head off the table, both literally and figuratively, and is going to look at them. And for anybody that's looking into the dreaming, the black mist that surrounds Blythe is now roiling.
allow me to give a formal introduction, as in my culture it is considered polite. My name is Shaishio no Keiji. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Japanese.
This is...
Evan learned a Japanese.
What?
It's Saisho no Kage.
Yes, I can learn. I can learn Japanese. It's not like I speak the language or anything. I'll be quiet now.
I do. So stop. By the way, Shadow of Blood, really?
It's the first shadow, actually.
No, that
Guys
should
can
be.
leave out later. Can we get back to the scene? Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done with all of y'all.
But he will smile and he will say, bear in mind, this is Gravedigger's son. I had to give him an edgy name. He will say, he'll gesture for Bellic. He'll say, I will allow my friend to introduce himself.
Greetings, I'm Bellic Diva. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Hi. Are you here because it's snowing too?
As a matter of fact, that's rather apt.
Ooh, I know a secret.
Ringo will raise an eyebrow when he says that.
Thing just remains quiet in the off to one side while watching.
Blythe is just moving her head back and forth, like, what?
Kind of looking over at Omari.
Oof, I'm going to spend a willpower and reroll that. Ooh, that's bad. My standard is very bad. Excellent, very good. He will look at you and he will say, I'm pleased to see that you treat this as a serious issue. Allow me
He'll
to
laugh.
make
Genuinely, like, serious. I guess.
allow me to make this abundantly clear. Allow me to make this abundantly clear. We would like it to cease.
You think I could stop it? Oh, that's funny.
He will look at the rest of
Ring-
the group and say, "If it speaks again, I will remove its tongue."
Blythe is going to tap fervently on her phone, and then is going to hit play. A synthesized voice will come out saying, "You just met us and you're threatening one of us. How polite of you."
I have been given authority to kill you all if it needs be.
Tap 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 tap. Back the fuck up. Who the fuck do you think you are that you have the authority to kill any of us? I am the rider of death, and if I choose us to die, we will die. But our time is not now. I may be hearing your name and calling it out very soon.
That's adorable.
Omari's eyes will get wide. It looks like he's about to cry, and he will hug on Jeremy's shoulder.
Jeremy's just gonna be like, gives the arm to the pretty one, sips his coffee.
For those of you who are watching the dreaming, Blythe is now encased in black armor.
Okay.
For those, actually, I should probably say that. For those looking, Tane is looks rather rocky. He has granite skin.
Okay. Jeremy's gonna look up at Shisho, and with the pretty one on his arm and his coffee in his other hand, like, so you have, who is the one giving you this authority? Sip?
This authority has been given to me by my superiors.
Right.
The authority to anger the Fae.
If my master wishes, you would cease to exist in the city. He has let you exist.
And now she's holding a scythe.
For the record, I will point out, because this is important, his demeanor hasn't, he's as calm as crystal.
Just like straight wall of personality?
As in, this does not faze him in the slightest.
Right.
No, I mean,
Evan.
Only the Fae can see this. Your character can't.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Cool.
Yeah.
Evan.
Yes?
Ashram's getting a message sent to him.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Camden's just got a million times worse.
He tells Ashran of the threats.
Oh, crap.
Dor is here too, by the way. I forgot to mention.
So, going back to the... And you are who and what and why?
I'm merely the one who contemplates his next wording. How would he phrase it? I am merely the individual who has to deal with this matter.
Jeremy's just gonna nod.
In all honesty, I must assume my associate Bellic here has dealt with your kind before. I'm led to understand that some of my brethren have rules as it pertains to you. However, how to phrase... The fact that the ecological... How to phrase... Epiphany has occurred is dangerous. Too much attention is being drawn.
Jeremy will
So
nod.
it is that we must intercede now, before others more unpleasant intercede.
And
I assure you, if you think my threatening your immediate bodily, intercession was unpleasant, what other individuals would do would be far worse.
I'm sure. But first, is he and is going to motion off with the coffee cup because he can't motion with his good arm because so goddamn pretty.
Pretty, we get it. It's there. It's the pretty.
With Omari on on one arm. He's going to motion with the coffee cup over to where the barista went. Is the barista? Are they going to be all right?
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping.
Currently, yes.
Okay. Is this a
You
sleep they will
force
wake
them
up
to
from?
sleep.
Yes. I did.
Is this a sleep they will wake
No
up from?
harming.
Sorry, you
No
both spoke at once.
Sorry. Go ahead.
Is this a
Okay.
sleep he will wake up from?
Oh, yes. As if he had been rested.
He'll nod and shrug.
And no harm is coming to him.
Unless you intend him harm.
It's a good cup of coffee. I like him. I don't want any harm to come to him. Just want to make sure he's
Okay.
okay.
Bellic, seated in his sky blue tracksuit, sipping his oolong. We'll look around the room now and gauge again the emotional states of the people here before speaking.
Do you want to rock a perk empathy roll?
Okay.
I'm just looking at auras.
Oh, you're actually looking at auras. Okay. Do any of the Fae have any fuckery that would hide their emotional state?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to flick down the list because that's just going to be the easiest from bottom to top and just say what your emotional state is, if that's cool. Okay, so Anthony, how are you feeling?
Scared, deathly afraid.
Okay. Austin, how are you feeling?
Intrigued, confused, wary.
Okay. Brett, how are you feeling?
At both times protective and furious.
Okay. Stephen, how are you feeling?
Intrigued, concerned, and worried.
Okay. Ian, how are you feeling?
Pissed.
Okay. And Eliza, how are you feeling?
You mean
sorry.
Azalea?
Azalea. Sorry, my apologies. It flashed out and I read it completely wrong.
She is feeling protective, concerned, and upset.
Okay. I will point out that you get absolutely no read on me.
Now, if we're finished dick waving, can we get to business, please?
Quite finished.
Some tapping on the phone, and then you hear a voice of reason. I wish your compatriot had such voice.
He will casually shrug as he sits on the bar.
I am certain that these words were meant not to infuriate, but rather to explain the direness of the situation.
Of
It would
course.
not be prudent to threaten. This was not his aim or intention, but rather to express that this is not something that we can be allowed to continue to happen, yes?
Then you should keep him quiet until he learns how to speak properly to people. If threatening is not his intention, then that should not be what he opens with.
And I will inform you that we are all investigating what's happening with the snow as well.
Wonderful.
Evan, just so you know, Ashton's getting this word for word.
Oh yeah. There's going to be statements.
Just letting you know that Ashton knows in character what's going on now.
There are words to describe how much I wish he didn't know.
So, where to begin? At beginning.
The beginning was a long time ago.
Are you going to be nice?
I'm being perfectly nice. I am, how you say, good cop.
That is a fair assessment.
Jeremy's just gonna nod, shrug. There's, you can still see auras for the emotional state. Okay. See, very much the Okay. There's he's a little calmer now.
Yeah, the aura for the mute girl is going to back down out of the anger, but it's still going to be fiercely protective.
No change in Tane's.
Ringa will very calmly waddle over to Omari.
Sorry, quick question, Bellic. Do you have a mind shield active?
I do not.
Okay. Basically, in that case, this individual is going to communicate with you telepathically. Are you going to attempt to resist, or would you be happy for him to talk into your mind? He's just going to talk.
I'm certain that whoever is knocking on my head either means me no harm or I can kill them, so let's go.
Okay, cool. In that case, while you guys talk, myself and Bellic will just communicate via text on Facebook. So by all means, continue.
Okay.
So, I don't know your name, but mine is Ringa, and I heard that you know what's going on with the snow?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I found out.
Would you mind telling me?
Yeah. Okay. So, I was doing some reading, and I think I figured it out, right? So, this is what happened. This has happened before. Did you know that? I think that's kind of cool. And I think when people start, I think what the when people call it is science. When you guys do that too much, people get upset.
Are you talking about, like, global warming?
No, I'm talking that, quite frankly, when people do too much science, people get upset.
Okay. Ringa is kind of like rubbing her forehead, like she's trying to think of like what he means by that.
I mean, there's no when right. He did tell me to slow down, didn't he? Right. Okay. So, in the Middle Ages, when science was just sort of happening, people used to kind of believe in everything. So when people stopped trying to believe in things that could maybe be a thing, they started believing in science. And when they started believing in science, things get weird. That makes sense?
Tap 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 tap. Press play. I believe you're referring to the end of the Age of Wonder.
Yes.
Tap 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 tap. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Just tapping.
Ringa like kind of looks over at Blythe, and then she's like, "I don't really think that's what it is." And she kind of looks over at Omari. She's
Well,
just kind of pacing back and forth now.
I can prove it. The snow is a cantrip. A primal one to be exact.
Backspace, 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 backspace.
So it could definitely be stopped, but if you stop it, someone might get upset. And that person that's able to do it could be really, really upset.
Tap 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 tap. Play. Whoever's doing this in such a way that it affects the gray world endangers us all.
I don't disagree, but if you want to go start undoing cantrips for the greater good, then okay.
Tap 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 tap. Play. I don't want to call any more names tonight. I'm getting tired.
All right. Well, that's what it is.
Can I get a perception empathy on the two silent ones? I.e. the mages?
Certainly.
By all means.
Want me to roll each one?
Yeah, I'm not actively going to resist you.
Okay.
I don't know. Mitchell, are you going to actively resist with Manip Sub, or are you going to not?
No, I don't think I will.
Okay. So this one will be... will be Saisho.
Okay. By the way, Kim, when you just get a moment to check your Facebook.
I did.
Okay. Once again, that same, you got one success, that same calm. Absolute crystal, clear calm.
Okay. And then this is for not Saisho. Or what's the name? Balak?
Bellic.
Belek. B-E-L-E-K. Belek.
Belek. Successes?
Okay. He's really trying to enjoy his tea, but it's not what he's used to.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's pretty calm. Not like crazy calm like the other guy, but he's not rough.
Hashtag
Gotcha.
crazy calm.
If somebody does it again, I think I'll be able to figure it out. But until they do it again.
Ring is like kind of pacing back and forth, and she starts muttering, "I have primal, but not on that level. I don't think I can reverse it." And you hear her just like pacing back and forth about ways to reverse it.
You hear from inside of your scarf, "Stop being a little bitch." Stop your groaning.
What do you think, Dor? And she'll pull out her hand so like Dor could pop into her hand.
So, everyone who, well, not the mages, but the changelings in the room see this little mouse head poke up, and then she hops out onto her hand, and she'll just kind of look around and say, "Well, personally, I think we should just find the person." And then she sticks out her hand and makes a fist with the other and just does that repeated punching motion.
Hi, what's your name? My name's Omari.
I like the mouse.
And Celia reaches into her pocket and pulls out one of those single serve cheeses, the little baby bells,
Yes.
and she slides it over to Thor.
Dor takes it and proceeds to start eating it. In between bites, she's just kind of like, "Yeah, I am Dor. I am a mouse. Hello, people."
I've never seen a mouse before. Nice to meet
How
you.
you never have seen a mouse before?
No.
Oh wait! And then Ringa starts shuffling in her bag and pulls out this hand mirror.
Tane kind of waves at the mouse. I like your idea.
Of course you would. You look like, I don't know, what is it called? Somebody on steroids. It's one of those big brutes.
Yeah, I'm not on that.
I
Then-
don't know.
You will hear Ringa say, "Mir, oh Mir, show me the one who has caused this land to be in snow." And I'm gonna roll the treasure.
While you're doing this, literally, I'm going to assume that myself and Bellic are literally having a casual conversation about the weather.
Yeah, no.
Like the non-snow weather.
I was going to say, aren't we all having a conversation about
Conversation about the weather.
Steven, I'm done with you.
Okay. Burning a point of willpower.
Kinky.
I don't think you can burn willpower on treasures. I think they're like
Yeah.
wonders.
Okay, then that's fine.
Treasures.
What could possibly go wrong? Hit the deck!
Ruh-roh! Hide under table time!
3 successes.
Okay. So, I'm done with you. Okay, so it's similar to a kind of scrying mirror, a bright golden orb, just kind of pulls itself out of the mirror. Of course, this is just, if I remember correctly, it is chimerical. So only changelings can see this unless you have spirit sight attuned to the dreaming.
I was going to say, will this pop up on his prime side?
I'm gonna go with no, because it's kind of while it is this big bright orb of it. It's
Is it made
still,
of glamour?
I would personally say maybe a little bit because even mortals can sometimes see the will-o-wisps.
One question is your prime sight based upon watching the weaving, or is it based upon quintessence?
That was for you, Mitchell. You're muted if you responded.
No, that was for Evan.
Oh, sorry, I was reading something on a
I
text.
thought Mitchell was the one with the side up.
He's
No,
got
I
the
have prime
spirit set up.
He has spirit set up.
My bad.
So, Evan, is when you say prime sight, are you talking quintessence detection, or are you talking watch the weaving?
Quintessence detection.
Then no.
Cool.
Because it's not outputting quintessence. It's basically a non-linear effect to your magic. So it
That's
wouldn't
fair. In that case,
show
you won't
up.
see it. That's fine.
Yeah.
Spirit sight, maybe though.
Maybe, except that he's using his spirit sight for aura sight, not for piercing
True.
the miss.
Okay, so this little ball of light, it kind of pops out of the mirror, and fucking hate this. It flies over to Jeremy, and so Ringa, in your mirror, you just see the face of Jeremy. And Jeremy, you see this little wisp kind of just chilling in front of you.
Ringa's eyes will widen and she'll shoot her head to Jeremy.
Riga,
Were
what's
you
your
a bad man?
Riga, what is your permanent willpower?
Willpower. It's low. It's willpower 4.
Okay.
I like that.
Also, Stephen, just note that you have to wait until the 12th to use that mirror again. It's got a.
Okay.
It's a once per story kind of thing.
That is fine. She was just like, Dormouse is on to something. Let's use this.
Okay. Hi, Stephen.
Hi.
I'm reading your mind, Stephen.
Immediately, she is thinking, is he the one who caused the snow?
Oh no! When I say he's not just reading your surface thoughts, he's reading. He'll get the panoply.
Well, that's immediately what she thinks. She's like pondering in her mind, like, did he cause the snow? Why would he cause the snow?
Okay.
Cam, can I get intelligence enigmas?
Intelligence what?
Enigmas.
Yeah, that's fine. What you need it on?
Since I've been doing research on it, would it be enough for me to like try and figure out that it could be a possible Kith and not the actual person?
Okay. Okay, so you want to go back and think that it's a Kith that's doing it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you can do an intelligence enigmas on that.
Gotcha. Two successes.
It's not really a Kith that's causing the weather changes.
No. Maybe you misunderstood me. When the ball of light kind of like hovers on one specific person's head, would I be able to figure out that it was, that it may not, maybe they're misreading the signs.
Okay. Okay. Okay, then for that, I think that would have to be a...
Is that Gray Man?
Yeah.
Alright. So perception Gray Man, intelligence Gray Man.
You can do int Gray Man.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Ringa if she's done with her tea. Oh, Ringa, are you done with your tea?
She'll like yelp and then grab the tea and just guzzle it down. Now I am.
All right. I'm going to actually have Blythe hold her head over the table with the teacup in it to examine the leaves, and I'm going to roll Omen on Jeremy.
Okay,
3 successes on the int Gray Man.
3 successes.
Because if it's standard death, Millicene get a -1 to Gray Man and occult rolls.
Yes.
Okay.
That is true.
Okay, then you understand that basically what that is that is a Seer's Wisp. And usually it is when someone summons the ball, it's typically to find a certain person or object. Very rarely do they ever mess up and think for someone else or choose the wrong person.
So what's my difficulty on Omen?
Omen. That is hold on.
I am using the tea leaves as kind of a combination bunk focus. If you want me to roll my fortune telling, I do have that ability as well.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's a
you
cool
can,
ability to have.
yeah, you can go ahead and roll your fortune telling as well.
All right, is that intelligence or perception? Actually, it's the same pool regardless. I just, want to be sure.
Let's go with...
I think it'd be more wits, wouldn't it?
Like I said, it's the same pool regardless, actually. 333. All right, I'm spending a willpower for additional success or to negate a botch.
Okay. This would depend on what
One success.
Okay. And you're using the tea leaves, right?
Yes.
Okay. That'll be a -2 then.
Okay. So,
Question.
Anyone else can see that they're doing this, by the way. It's kind of obvious.
Oh, we know. Myself and Mitchell are. We know.
Yeah.
Can I spend a willpower on this roll as well? Or
No, not because it's a cantrip.
Okay.
Can you not throw willpower cantrips? Holy crap!
Well,
3 successes on Omen.
Okay. And what are you trying to get?
Is this person the one responsible for the weather?
With 3 successes.
What realms do you have?
I have
Yeah.
Faith 4, and I have 2 dots of Susei.
Okay. Because I do count as a Ghislaine, that's why I have to ask.
Yeah. Okay. Omen's usually it gives you clues and hints and stuff. So one clue about a long-term goal of the target or object will be in the future. So, just asking Omen a straight-up question like that.
Well, it says, first success, seer may seek 1 clue about an immediate plan of the target or the near future of an object, or 1 clue about the outward demeanor or court allegiance of the target, or whether the object is lucky or ill-omened, or 1 clue about a long-term goal of the target or where the object will be in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So, I guess my question will be, does this person plan to stop the snow?
Yes. In the future when their goals are done.
Okay, so that's enough of an omen for me. For people still watching Emotional States, alarm.
Amari will look towards Jeremy and just kind of, the playful demeanor is gone, and he'll just say, "Did you?"
You will notice that the
There's a
figure
loud
who was,
thunk.
Oh, sorry. I'll just say you will notice the figure who was seated is no longer seated.
There is a loud thunk coming from where Tane is, as the case has gone from his back to on the floor beside him and is now open.
Oh shit! Hang on. Are you still texting
Damn it.
Asher and everything that's happening?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! I have to send you a message.
Damn it.
If anybody looks over at
Oh.
Tane and the source of the thunk, please let me know.
Oh,
I
and
will.
Ringo will will lean into where Azalea's at and say to message the Baroness.
For the person who said they will, inside the open case, it is now visible. There is a giant-assed hammer.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I have to ask. Has it become to the changelings, obviously, because we're looking at this from the outside. From the changeling perspective, has it now become kind of pseudo common knowledge, or has it not? I'm kind of a bit lost.
Blythe hasn't looked up from her reading yet, so
Okay.
she's not outwardly looking at anyone in particular.
Okay, I'm just trying to base. Okay, cool. Basically, what I'm going to say, Ty, is you're not going to get any orders because it's very hard for Evan to juggle 2 characters at once mentally. So I'd rather do the one that I'm currently having situ and deal with the other one at a later date. That's cool. Thank you.
Alright.
Yeah.
He's just keeping him in the loop.
Okay. Am I led to understand then that we have come to a consensus?
Ringo's eyes widen.
Sorry, I had to step away for a second. I had to deal with my dog. What happened?
There's going to be some tapping on the phone, and then hit play. The tea leaves aren't revealing what I expected them to. It's a bit murky. Be patient.
Very well then.
This, by the way, is being transmitted in English.
That's fine.
Amari's question to Jeremy would sort of be a simple "Did you?"
He's gonna sip his coffee, and nature is a fickle and weird thing.
Makes sense to me. And he won't question further.
He, out of character, because this is something I'm always curious about. Considering the nature of my treasure, can I make it form words?
Simply.
Or would it be considered a form of speech?
Yeah, that would be considered a form of speech. You're good with your phone, though.
Yeah.
All right. So Blythe is going to tap out really quickly, and then this next message is going to be translated into Gaelic. So anybody who doesn't have Gaelic on their sheet doesn't hear it or doesn't understand it. She's going to hit the button, and it's going to say, "Gilly-doo, turn off the snow."
Give me a second.
1. No, I'm just kidding.
Doing mechanics research.
If it helps, this is going about as well as I thought it would. It's actually going pretty well.
Can I sack a remembrance dot for language, given my character's history, backstory, and location?
What you can do is you can roll int
Okay.
remembrance as a linguistic kind of thing to then pick up.
That works.
Yeah.
Kim,
Yes.
can I put a cantrip on myself, specifically naming one?
Do you have it on your sheet? I can't remember.
Yes.
If you got it, you can use it.
Okay. Amari will take out a pen and he will start sort of drawing on his tongue.
I got 2 successes.
I will tell you guys, or at least anyway, you, Anthony, because I mean you're taking your time. The text has already been sent, but the next time anyone speaks in a language, you will be able to hear it if your roll goes off.
Okay.
How many successes did you get again?
I got 2.
I didn't roll yet.
Okay.
And then, am I allowed a very short response?
That's just...
It's like 4.
Yeah, you can
5
say.
words. It's
Yeah, you can say a
broken
short
fast.
response. It's
Okay.
not going to be. It's going to be very broken though.
Yeah. When the debts are paid. And then he kind of looks. It's a very broken Gaelic. And then you see, for those watching the aura, there is a brief moment of consternation. And then he like visibly sighs and shakes his head, and that, damn it, I forgot the rest.
Blythe just, for those looking around, since Mitchell always has emotional state detection up, immense sadness coming off of the woman in the riding hood. Her head hangs a little bit, and she actually will set down her head in the changeling world, and tap 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 in Gaelic this time as well. I can't help you. They're going to try to kill you.
And there's just a shakes his head. That I don't speak in Gaelic. That's about as much as I remembered.
Omari responds back to, "How do you know that in Gaelic?"
Tap 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 tap. Play. How do I know what? That he's the one that did it, or that they're going to kill him?
Well, I know that he sort of did it in Gaelic, but how do you know that they are going to do it?
Tap 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 tap. Play. Dude man over there pulled out his maul.
No. His maul isn't out of. His maul is not out of the case. The case is open.
I know it's in that case though, and you've got it on the ground.
It's not pulled out though. It is
Right.
still laying in the case.
Okay, so correction then.
Okay, and we are going to infer. I'm going to put on my jam hat here for a moment because these little squabbles. You have the box. You have the case open on the ground. You've opened it to make a statement. Don't now try to devalue what the statement is by going. But
No,
it's not.
I'm just making sure that it was misunderstood. He is not holding the maul. It is not out of the case. It is simply in visual.
To translate then, Dude Man's a troll who wants to pwn whoever did this. Pale Guy wants to kill everybody. The only people here that are any kind of sense in their head are you, me, the pirate, the little girl, and the big bear guy.
Hey, guys.
Mm-hmm.
As you guys are talking, you hear the tinkling of the shop bell. Someone's coming in.
Oh God.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
It seems to be a family. They've just come in for some drinks. It's
I have nothing to do with this. All right.
We must apologize. However, unfortunately, the establishment is closed for private function. If you would care to come back another time, we'd be more than happy to seat you. My apologies. You see, my grandfather's quite unwell. Without missing a beat.
roll me that minute sub though.
Well, he rolls that. Azalea's given Tane a look like, close that.
You will see the family and with his foot kind of the case lid over.
The young child, by the way, she looks about 3 or 4, is just kind of staring at all the changelings in the room with, those big wide eyes.
It's a child, calming presence.
Will will my spec in false sincerity apply here?
That's good specialization.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with
In that case, it's 6, 7, 8 successes. You gotta love that ability to entropy down the difficulties of your rolls.
Yeah, kinda. So the parents will kind of give that look of, they'll just kind of share a look between each other, and it's just kind of like, oh. The daughter, though, she'll just kind of waddle up to oh, fuck it. She'll waddle up to the tree man and just kind of look at him and go, she'll do the whole little grab. She's like, I want to touch.
Aww.
Now.
Oh, sorry, you go ahead, Austin.
Now, and he'll pluck a piece off of his hippie crown. It's only made of wood, you see. But he'll hand it over. It's just a crown made of wood, ivy. It is fantastic to remember where you come from.
She'll take it, and she'll nod her head up and down. She'll kind of look over to Blythe, though, because dude chick don't got a head. And so she's just kind of like, she'll actually whisper up to Jeremy, why does that person not have a head?
Oh.
Just gonna shrug. Like, actually, there are great stories, wonderful stories about writers coming from the fog and the moors. I'm sure if you ask your parents to take you to the library, they would love. I'm sure you can learn a lot in the folk tales.
Okay. The parents, by the way, are absolutely fucking horrified. At this moment, they're trying to get her, and they're just kind of like, "Come on, sweetie, please don't, be rude to the people. She clearly has a head. We must get going now."
Without missing a beat, the very gaunt Asian guy will just reach into. He'll basically pop open one of the cookie kind of things that they have on the counters of coffee shops where they keep like biscuits and confectionery.
Like a biscotti.
Yeah, like a biscotti. He'll pop it open and he'll basically say, "I'm sorry that we couldn't get you what you wanted, but here, little one, please take this." I hope that's all right. My apologies. It just might. He'll kind of talk to parents in the way somebody talks to parents of children and say it might just get her attention, if you understand.
Of course. Yes, I'm so sorry. She'll kind of look over to you, Evan, but you ain't a changeling at this point. She'll walk over there and she'll kind of stick her hand out to get it, but she is definitely now she's looking at
Ring and Dormouse.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You know what? She's looking at Omari now.
He is the beautiful fish man that looks kind of like a dolphin.
Yeah, no. Like, she's not walking over to him. She's still kind of like it's kind of like that. She's expecting Sasho to hand her the food as she's just kind of staring at Fish Dude.
Omari will wave and smile. Hey, what's your name?
My name's Evelyn.
I'm Omari. Nice to meet you, Evelyn.
It's nice to meet you.
Shake her hand.
Is she getting
Kim.
the cookie?
Yeah, she's getting the cookie. I'm also going to curse her to get hit by a bus next Tuesday.
What the fuck?
Oh my god!
I'm really not. I just wanted to say that for a little while.
Oh my god! Fucking done. Nine. I'm done with you. Surprise. She's got blessing 5. Patron 5.
Curse is spoiled again. I'm secretly. What are you saying? Oh no, you just secretly tried to murk the next incarnation of Merlin. You stupid mofo. Well, that did not end well for anyone involved.
So she'll take the biscuit and she'll kind of wave at Omari. But then when Bellic begins singing, her attention is suddenly drawn to the big dude singing. And she'll just kind of waddle, in the cute little kind of chubby toddler way, right over to Bellic. One hand, she's got the cookie still in her mouth and she's just looking up at him with wide eyes.
Bellic is singing in a language that I'm sure no one in the room understands, but he's singing very convincingly, and when she toddles over...
My cantrip says otherwise. What language?
I have to change. I have to check that. Does it say all human or earthly language? Or does it say all language?
That's for good. It's Tuvan.
That's a fair point. It's actually Mongolian at this point.
Oh, yeah, no, it'll apply to Mongolian, but I'm wondering if it'll apply to Enochian and Udu. So hang on, Evan has to look this up for himself. Continue doing the roleplay.
Evan's 211, so you know.
Thank you, Darren.
Ringo will kind of waddle up to the little girl, and she'll pull from her bag, and she'll pull out a book full of children's fairy tales, and it says classic fairy tales wrote by Ringo Willowwood.
Okay.
And
you can kind of tell her attention is solely on Bellic right now because he's singing, and she's just kind of slowly swaying as he's singing.
She'll turn to the parents and hand them the book.
They look so embarrassed. They do.
And she smiles.
It's
and
fine.
She's like, she has a beautiful imagination.
She's fine. She's a kid. It's okay.
Bellic will stop singing and say, "Now, it's time for little girls to go back to mommy and daddy's, yes? We enjoyed having you here. We have other business to attend to. Is there anything else we can get you before you leave?"
She'll kind of she'll shake her head. In one hand, the cookie is now kind of crumbs and it's all over her face. In the other hand, she's still got the twig from Jeremy's crown. And then she'll waddle slowly back over to her parents, who are speaking to Ringa. I'll just kind of say, we'll probably take her by the library later. There's no need to give us your book. Thank you, though.
No, it's fine. She's a very wonderful child, and I feel like it'll help inspire her creativity. And she smiles very sweetly.
Oh, thank you so very much. And they'll take the book and slowly just kind of, they still look really embarrassed, but they will kind of leave. The kid is just kind of looking back, and she's just kind of like, "Goodbye, Mr. Fishy. Goodbye, Mr. Tree. Goodbye, headless woman. Goodbye, tiny fuzzy woman. Goodbye, really tall creepy dude. Goodbye, woman with pointy ears. Goodbye, creepy skinny dude. Goodbye, singer."
Kind of laugh.
Yeah.
Kind of wave.
Being hit by a bus next Tuesday.
Tane is going to stand up and walk over to the door, turn the open sign to close, and lock the door.
Just the sound of a forehead hitting the table. For those who are mages, are seeing Blythe beat her head against the table lightly. For those who are changeling, are seeing Blythe with her head tap, 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 tap.
And if there's blinds, Tane is closing the blinds.
And Ringo will look around, and then she'll turn off the lights, just for safe measure.
Now then, we shall be civil.
Good question.
We may have got. Oh, sorry. Yes, continue, Mitchell.
What's the gauntlet rating in this area?
You're in the middle of a city. This isn't a freehold or anything funky, is it, Kim?
No, it's just a regular coffee shop.
You're probably looking about a 7.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I was just reading something. Now then, that we've gotten used, or we've gotten past our initial jitters, as it were, have you ascertained the snowfall, why it is happening, and if it can cease, please?
Blythe is just going to keep tapping her forehead against the table.
Celia's gonna look at Dr. Gilly-Doo. I'm assuming that things have pointed to you. So why can't you stop the snow?
And he's gonna look at all the changelings present, and then he's gonna look at Creepy Man and Singing Man. And look at everybody present, then look at Creepy Man and Singing Man.
Ringa will politely walk up to the two, and she'll say, "I believe he wants to talk to us privately, if you don't mind for just a little moment. We may be able to solve this if we're able to talk privately."
I'm sorry. Did you presume to dismiss us?
No, I'm not dismissing you. I was
It
just...
sounded like we were being dismissed.
She was asking you to give us a moment.
He will, he will stand up, and he will very casually take off the black gloves that he's wearing. Meticulously, each finger comes out before he tugs it off, and he will say, "We are magnanimous. We wish this dealt with. I think that I can speak for both myself and Bellic in this matter. We wish this dealt with. However, I will say it one more time. Or I will reiterate what has been said one last time. We are not dogs. We are not bayed, and we are not commanded. However, we will move to the other end of this establishment to give you some privacy. However, if your friend here attempts to leave, well then, that will be a different matter.
I understand. And thank you very much for allowing this.
Actually, to give, because it's already been addressed that Tane wants this ended as well. Tane will get up and walk, and just to make them feel more, to obviously make them feel better about giving the privacy, he will place his considerable size in the path of the door.
Okay. You will see the man in the thin man in the black trench coat and underrobe and on. He'll say, "Is this suitable to you, Mr. Bellic?" Very well then. We would also kindly request that the entities that we spoke of that are far worse than we are currently watch this entire neighborhood, this entire besnowed area like a hawk. Time is very much of the essence, so please, tick-tock, he will say as he walks down to the other end of the room.
Ringo will nod.
You know what? He's actually going to keep his word on this because he has a code of honor, so he will not even attempt to scry you.
Bellic will meander slowly to the other end of the room, having begrudgingly agreed to this nonsense.
Amari will put up his hand in a mob fashion. Waiting to be called on.
And Jeremy will kind of get comfy in his seat, and he will motion the others close.
Blythe is going to set her head right down next to Jeremy. From what it'll appear to in the gray world is that Blythe just moves closer to Jeremy and then later head down on the table.
Okay. That is super creepy, by the way.
Just so I can actually get this mentally right, is your physical head your helmet?
No, I've actually taken the head off and the helmet off, and there is a. I thought I showed you what my.
Oh yeah, no, but my question is that so does your head have a form in the real world, or does it not?
Yes, it's my actual head, which is now laying down on the table.
So she's kind of like in that head
Like,
down on the table, like on the arms. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Gotcha.
That
Pretty
makes
much.
sense.
Hey, Evan,
Mm-hmm.
do you mind if I roll perception alertness to keep track of the conversation from where he is, if they're going a little quieter?
Well, this is Kim C. So ask
Sorry,
him the
Kim.
question.
Sorry, Kim.
What did you need to do now?
Would it be appropriate for me to roll perception alertness to keep track of the conversation while they might be speaking in a lower tone while I'm at the door?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, 5 successes.
Good lord.
Lord. Lord.
So you will sit down in front of Jeremy.
Ringa's sitting beside Jeremy.
And he's once Tane has moved to the door and Creepy Man and Singing Man have moved to the other end of the small coffee shop. He will speak. We never forget our debts. Everything must be paid, and oaths must be kept. Families promised me clove-studded fruits, wassails, frankincense. I have not gotten these things. They promised if they gave them to me. I promised if they gave them to me, the snows would not come. The families have not. It has been a sealed oath for generations. If I get these items, the snow will stop.
Azalea pulls out her phone, shoots a text message to her crew with a list of items that he asked for. And then it just says, get them now.
Okay. I'll just send you back a text or a thumbs up.
I'm going to kind of raise my hand here as the one who lives in Ireland. Good luck. Okay, did you say frankincense was something on that list?
Yes.
Good fucking luck.
Yes.
I have a fast ship. You can go traveling far, quickly.
It's amazing what you can also find at New Age shops.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, continue with the RP. Go ahead.
Your oath will be paid.
The oath gets paid, everything stops. We all have our debts, and all will be remembered. We all have our oaths, as he kind of looks around at everybody, and we must keep them.
Yeah, Ringa's nodding.
Yeah. Nothing you said has been incorrect.
Is Blythe feeling the call at all, or is it still distant?
Oh yeah, no, Blythe's good.
Okay.
Question: does Blythe get the call when someone is when there is the chance of someone dying, or when somebody is about to die?
It's a certain death, and the call gets stronger the closer that person gets to death.
Oh, in that case, yeah, the call is ringing in your ears. If something goes wrong here, someone in this room will die.
No, it's a certain death, not a possibility.
Okay, cool.
If there's a possibility of death, then Blythe would just be running around going,
Start getting earplugs.
Like, say somebody is trapped in a burning building and there's no way of escape.
Yeah.
And Azalea's going to take a very comfortable seat and just sip on her drink until her crew arrives with said items.
That's all it takes.
Ringa will walk over to the other side where the men are standing, and she'll say, "It's being dealt with right now."
Lean over and kind of watch Ringa as Ringa walks over to the strange men.
Very calmly, he will lean down. How tall is Riga in the Grey World?
She is tiny. Like, she is, like, could be classified as a midget.
Okay.
She's got the short claw.
I was going to say they're not called midgets anymore, but okie dokie.
Little person.
Little person, yeah.
Little person.
I'm sorry, out of character, that can be taken really badly and be taken as a racist comment, which is why
I don't mean it like that. I'm sorry.
I get you. No, it's just that, like, YouTube can be weird with things that happen on YouTube. But he will say, I wish to understand something. We perceived that he'll stop himself and he'll say, What do you perceive we are?
Ringa will, think, and she'll say, well, from what I can tell, from what I know of magic and things, you were able to force somebody to do something by locking the door and going to sleep. And then you also don't seem so cold as to where you have banality. She says, and she thinks a little bit. She's like, maybe a magician?
He will casually shrug, not intimating one way or the other. But he will say, I wish to understand, and my superiors and Bellic's superiors will also wish to know, we perceived the snow as an attack. Why is it that it has been done? We seek this answer. If it is given to us in good faith, and the fact is that if it is not meant as a hostile action, we will consider it as such.
I assure you this was no attack. If you believe in the lores of the lands around you, the Fae and everything, then we have our debts and they must be paid. So it wasn't something to attack anyone, and we're dealing with that at this moment. So I just want you to know that we're not trying to harm you.
What are these debts? Are you talking of blood oaths? What was owed?
It's ancient things. It all depends. When you say debts, it's very vague because there's so many and far between. So
he will stand up and he will talk loudly enough for the changelings to hear him, and he will say, I would like to know what debts you felt were worth the possible exposure of not only your people, but all of the kin who must seek the darkness. What debts are worth so much?
Ringo will frown, and then she'll say, debts are our life.
You're not telling me what was owed.
It's not our story. No.
Azalea's gonna get up and walk towards these gentlemen. She places her hands behind her jacket back in a very almost captainy sort of stance.
Mm-hmm.
The debt is ancient and constant. The snow is a result of the failure of payment. The snow will fall one way or the other. It happened to fall here because their payment was not made. These are ancient, back from when time was very different than now. But the oaths are not broken. The payments and debts must be paid. It's an eternal cycle. And the debt is in the process of being paid now.
So what it is that you are insinuating is that individuals who were not born when this covenant was struck, apparently by some mandate above and beyond their calling, have this burden placed upon them, a burden that they do not know of, and you then deign to collect. But in the concept and practice of collecting, you unfortunately rid one section of a metropolitan city with snow, whilst the rest of it remains a rather temperate, if somewhat rainy environment. So in order to collect gewgaws and knickknacks, long since forgotten by the mists of time, you would unmake everything.
Question. ST.
Mm-hmm.
Kim?
What's up?
If somebody triggers your antithesis, what happens?
Oh, shit. It's gonna be a shit glamour roll.
Alright, cool. Because my intent, this is ignorance, and he said something completely ignorant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a glamour roll defeat.
That banality.
Ooh, get that point. 1 point of banality. Ooh, hurts so good. Snuggle it. Love it.
Love that
Let
banality.
let it inside you. Wait, what? Nothing.
Yeah. Go ahead, mark that on your sheet.
Will do.
Point of banality.
Gotcha.
It's a good thing that you didn't botch, I will just say that much. Because if you botch, every extra point, or every one, also gives you another point of banality. So, yes.
You will see Omari shudder as he seems to get cold, and it looks like he's almost choking there.
Blythe is going to get up from where she's standing, pick her head up, is going to walk over and is going to catch Omari with her other arm, and is going to try to calm Omari down. Like, shh, 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 shh. Actually, she can't make any sounds. So she is going to nuzzle her head against Omari's chest as a way of trying to calm him down.
He looks frantic. He looks frantic and upset and angry.
She's going to lift her head up to Omari's face and smile, and is going to move her head back and forth like she's dancing.
Okay. I'll roll with it. It's, a slight upturn of his lip.
Ringa will frown, and then she'll kind of look over at Saisho, and she'll say, "We meant you no harm or anything, and I understand that
If you mean
it's
no harm, why does that one keep fingering his weapon?
She glances at him, and then she'll say, "We're not all like that."
Most of us aren't. There are those who strive for war.
Blythe is just
And
going
we
to do
keep our
everything
best
Sorry.
to keep them reined in.
Blythe, in the meanwhile, is doing everything she can to make Omari smile or laugh.
I will make warning. I will make warning one time. It does not matter who seeks war. If it comes, it will find you all.
There's no war.
No.
There is, I will concur with your statement, no war. However, ultimately, you have endangered us. Regardless, he will raise his hand, he will say, regardless of your opinion, regardless, I have to phrase this just right, regardless of your pointless pagan superstition. You
Is that
have
another
harmed us.
this roll?
What was that, sorry?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's another antithesis roll.
No, I'm sorry, dude.
It's alright. Is there any way I could react to this without triggering the antithesis or not? Because this is the first time I've ever actually seen it in play. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Shit.
Because if it doesn't, I have an action for this. It might make everybody mad, but whatever.
You can try. Let me. I know that. Give me just one moment. I want to make 100% sure. Ah, fuck. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Once again, out of character. It's really interesting because this is why we say the crossover is dangerous, because these are two completely alien mindsets trying to meet, and they're just kind of bashing off each other.
Well, the problem is that what you're doing is the equivalent of finding somebody who's casting magic and saying that's impossible repeatedly.
Oh yeah, I know. But bear in mind, this is the beautiful thing. The character has no idea he's doing harm.
Oh, if this keeps up, Blythe might be forced with her antithesis.
Oh no!
But let's be real. If he knew it was hurting them, would he have stopped anyway?
Oh god, no! He's got sadistic on his character sheet. It's his derangement.
I'll be like, oh, I'm hurting them.
Okay. Yeah, there's not really much that I can do to really help you with the antithesis. It's just kind of like it is such a tiny itty bitty paragraph. It's pretty much all it says is like changelings have an antithesis. Every time it's triggered, every time a changeling encounters her antithesis, it triggers her. Player in the ST, should discuss the antithesis and stuff. But the thing with like every trigger is since you've already encountered it once, you can go ahead and lower the diff to 7, since it's like just back to back kind of thing.
Yeah, I would do that too.
God, Anthony.
Phew!
Okay, you good.
Alright. So he looks, and Omari kind of gets up at this point.
Blythe is going to let him go as he's getting up. So
pushes him aside and says, "Is there anything else you need? Or are you going to continue spouting filth? If not, I ask that we all be dismissed."
I have said if it talked again, I would remove its tongue.
If you think you can remove my tongue, I greatly.
Did he just take out a weapon?
Not that you can see. He made a weird movement with his hand.
Okay.
Is that a kenning check?
He didn't do any magic.
You will see in the chimerical reality, sort of like the water that's sort of around him. It's kind of going to like a boil at this point.
Oh boy.
As you see his temperature, his temper is rising.
I have said you have agreed. Frankly, I don't much care now. You have said that your debt will be paid, and the snow will. He will look at. He will cease looking at. He'll cease looking at Amari, and he will look instead at Azela, who appears to be the senior of them from how he's judging it, because she. The small one does a lot of talking, but she tends to say shit, basically. So he's, or she tends to kind of talk in circles, whereas this one appears to be, direct, and he'll say, "Will the snow now cease?"
The snow will cease this evening as soon as the items are brought here.
And the snow will not begin again.
It will not begin again.
Do you swear this?
You mock our rituals, and then you ask for an oath, and then you refer to yourself as a dog.
There is a very brief twitch of the left eye.
Knock, knock, knock.
Which one is it? Do you consider yourself honor bound, or do you not consider yourself honorless?
Somebody answered the door.
Tane's standing in front of it.
There's a body in front of it. There's a throne.
Tane will look behind him and move the blind slightly.
Yeah, no, there's a knocker standing outside.
Oh god, it's the anarchist! Run away!
Tane will open the door.
He'll just kind of walk in. He's got a basket full of shit. Not actual stuff. Or shit, it's stuff. And I'll just kind of walk in, look over to Azalea and say, "Well, boss, it took us a while to find all of this stuff. It was some really weird stuff. We had to go all over the place. But we got it, though."
We'll be having drinks tonight on me. Let the boys know. She'll take the basket.
Will do, man.
And she will bring the basket over and set it gently in Jeremy's lap.
Knocker will just take a stage left and leave.
There's a problem. There's a Tane in the way.
you going to really keep the knocker in?
For the moment, yes.
The knocker's gonna look at him and just say, listen, just let me get back out to the ship.
Please just humor me for the moment.
There's an immediate... Okay, we're filing away the ship.
Tane literally
that was going on special assignment in my brain.
Tane literally just says, "Please just humor me for the moment."
Yes, please humor him. Humor the one who keeps moving the weapon and trying to convince us that there is no harm. Yes?
Your ignorance is staggering. Why do you keep talking?
You'll actually start to chant, and there will be
What
a
are you
nimbus
saying?
of power.
Because he can understand you.
Oh my god.
He will say, what would he do? I actually have to look up a sheet. Give me a moment.
Okay, so while he's doing that, the knocker's just...
So when the basket gets put in Jeremy's lap, he's going to look through it, and if the agreed items are there, if he will end the effect.
Mm-hmm. The agreed items are there.
The snow will slowly stop over the next half hour.
Yep. Sounds good.
Oh, okay, sorry. I will point out he's not going to do that because he can't do what I thought he could. Continue, move on. That didn't happen. GM off there.
So the knocker's just gonna kind of look over his shoulder to the rest of the people in there. He'll kind of look over at Bellic, and then he'll look back to Tane and say, "Look, I don't know what the fuck kind of shit you got going on in here, but I literally pulled the short straw to deliver the basket. Just let me out."
Hold on. Does Jeremy
Tane,
look like he's
let him go.
One second. Does Jeremy look like he's content with what's in the basket?
Yes.
All right. At the moment that there's a content look on his face, Tane does step aside.
The knocker will just roll his eyes and walk out the door muttering something about stupid fucking thick-headed trolls.
Blythe is now slowly tapping her forehead on the table again.
What did you guys expect? I pulled knocker, unfortunately. It was almost a bargain. But anyway, yes.
Bargain would have been so helpful.
Yeah, no. Instead it was a knocker. But yeah, no. It's all
Very
good
well.
now. You guys are back over there.
He will raise his hand and he will say, "Very well then. The snow will ease in 1 hour's time. This is what we have agreed."
Agreed.
Well, I will hold you to that. He will incline his head. Now then, Bellic, I believe that our business here is done. Needless to say, and as I have said, conflict, unfortunately, is not... No, he won't say unfortunately. Conflict is...
like a dog leave. And so Mari just throws up his hands like he's at it. Like,
Oh my god.
He will look at Bloodwater and he will say, "What do you want for that one?"
Oh god!
She starts contemplating what it would cost, and then she remembers
Blythe
the trouble
is going
she's
to
already
stand
in
in
for the
front of-
last time.
Literally walking over to Azalea with her hands with one hand going.
Yeah, Ringa is shaking her head and mouthing, "You know what happened the last time?" Mouthing that out.
Sadly, he is not mine to give.
Damn
I will
right,
take offers to pass along should they become
I will give you
worthwhile.
$10,000 in. I will give you 10,000 euros in cash to break his nose. 100% calm.
She'll turn to
Why
Amari.
does-
May he break your nose.
He breaks my nose, I'm turning him into a rock.
She turns to.
No. He said, "I will pay you $10,000 to €10,000 to break their nose."
She looks at Amari like. It's kind of a questioning. Does he even know how little 10,000 is worth?
He has a good idea, but now it's at the point where his anger is like, it's frothing over. He's not thinking straight.
I'm going to have to decline the offer.
Very well then.
The trouble's not worth 10,000.
What price would you put on?
Trouble with him and what would stem from that.
Blythe is going
You're
to
looking at
tap.
world peace kind of costs.
Blythe is going to tap, switch language, and then play in Mongolian, because she recognizes where you're from. Your friend seems entirely entitled to believe that we will hurt each other. How much would it cost me for you to break his neck?
Bellic will reply in Mongolian. It will cost you the lives of this one, pointing to Omari, and that one, pointing at Tane.
Tap, 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 play. See if you can convince him that that's what our cost would be.
No.
Tap, 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 tap. Play. In here, I thought you understood the value of wisdom.
Oh, God.
In Odu, a language which is completely incapable of subterfuge, Bellic will turn to his companion and say, if we don't leave here soon, we will have to kill people.
I'm inclined to agree. He will reply in Odu, and he will say, "The snow will cease. Peace reigns this night." And you speak of world wars. I assure you, the powers we represent would blot you out of existence in a night. It wouldn't be difficult. Not for them. Don't ever confuse us with those who play games. We're not. We represent the pinnacle of humanity. That which is humanity's aspiration. Now then, if you will excuse us.
Oh, Tane is very nice and holds the door open for you.
Okay, he will walk through. Bellic, do you walk through as well?
Bellic will walk through as well, and on his way out, will stop, turn back toward the door, and shout, "Thank you for the tea," and leave.
As he leaves, he will say under his breath, or he will give the mental command that my sleep victim will awake in about, say, 10, 15 minutes.
Okay.
There's something that quickly looks like a middle finger as Tane is closing the door behind them, not visible to them behind the door.
Oh, bother.
Blythe just looks down and tapping. Hopefully that there's nobody here that will understand what she's translating into. Be Urs, which is old Gaelic, and it's going to hit it, and it's going to say, "Why am I surrounded by such fucknuts? Fucknuts to the left of me, fucknuts to the right to me, fucknuts that aren't even our kind, being fucknuts. Why are me and the Myrrh the only sane people in this place?" And then she's going to walk outside. She's going to get on her bike, and she's going to ride off.
I was so tempted to say you used Slay the Machine on your motorcycle, but you didn't. I don't know how that would work. That would be interesting.
Oh, that would be fantastic.
Actually, I don't think it would work. Because it's it's chimerical and real at the same time.
Ringo will look at Door and she'll say, "I'm surprised you didn't try to slit their throats or something."
She will lift up the cheese that she was given. She'll just kind of say, also, I'm not sure if you've realized, but everyone is very much more taller than I am.
But you got stealth on your side, she says, winking.
Watch me stealth my foot up your ass. I'm gonna go home. I hate these people. It's
You
too
hate
cold.
everyone, though.
Right.
I don't know if Dora hates everyone.
You don't know Door like I do. She hates everyone.
Not so much that lady. She gave me cheese, but it's still kind of there.
Would you like a ride home? I have another piece of cheese if you want it.
Come along, Ringo. We must go, for I want cheese.
She's laughing.
This is no laughing matter. You better move before I stab you in the hand. Let's go.
Hang on. Oh, because Evan has to throw one last proverbial wrench into this.
Oh my god. So done with you.
I'll fight you IRL, Kim, and because I'm sick, you'll win, but that's neither here nor there.
Exactly. So try again. So
I'm
try
okay.
again. I'll throw up your lung. Bruh.
I'm,
You good?
Hey, I'm just gonna soothing breaths. That is
Take
the
a breath.
key.
Yep. Try to inhale your lung back.
It is not currently on the outside, so I'm going to take that as a sign of God's wish for me to live. I could have lost the picture. Sorry, give me just a moment, guys, while I go and grab the picture again from Facebook.
What the fuck are you doing? Swear to God, if the director suddenly shows up.
Oh God, no, you're fine. I don't want to TPK changelings. I like changelings.
Kind of funny how you think you TPK them, but anyway.
Where's Kim? There's Kim. Hi, Kim.
What the fuck are you doing now?
Something that you're going to legitimately hate me for later. And I will apologize for exactly fuck all of it.
Sorry,
I just don't have to check Facebook.
There we go.
I'm gonna have to check Facebook.
There we go. Hello.
Bob, you fucking...
Because I can now think as a different mind.
Ew. 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 Stop.
Very calmly, you will see a car pull up outside. You will see this individual step out of the car. He will walk
Ringo.
into this.
Ringo immediately looks at Azalea.
And
will
Tane
walk
will,
into-
Tane will open the door for him.
Sir, I'm led to understand that we found out the culprit for the snow incident. Yes?
Yes, and it's dealt with.
Is
Goodbye.
it now? Up. Do you really think that that's how... Have you informed the dear Baroness? I'm sure she... I believe the phrase
I'm
was
doing my best
crucified
to
on...
Get there, but somebody's currently holding me up from that.
As
Cannot
the
get on me about
superior-
doing that.
As the
I'm
superior noble
fulfilling
here...
my
I will-
Duchess's requests.
That's
So if you'll
fine.
excuse me.
As the superior
Hold on.
noble here, I will take custody.
Oh my gosh.
You have about as much legitimacy to
Tina,
act here as I do.
Just so everybody realizes, Tane has taken up a position just slightly behind and to the left of Ashram.
Now then,
I have more legitimacy.
do
So my
you?
Duchess has given me orders to fulfill this for the Baroness. So if you wish to step on the toes of those in power here, please do so.
Excellent.
Excuse me.
Absolutely. He will just walk straight past you.
And Azalea takes Ringa out.
Now then, my darling Gillydew, what was your name again?
You can call me Crib.
Very good. Now, how about we go and have a lovely chat with Baroness Ayala?
There are plenty of things I would love to chat with her about.
You were like really quiet and a little bit distorted there, Austin. Can you just say that again, please?
There are plenty of things I would love to chat with her about.
Wonderful. Isn't that wonderful, Tane? Needless to say, I owe you a rather great debt, my dear Austin. Oh, sorry, not my dear Austin. My dear. So, do you say call you Jeremy?
Crib, as it is only changelings present.
Yeah. He will wrap his hand around your shoulder and say, I owe you a rather great debt, Crib. Come, we shall go and speak to the Baroness, and we shall have a jolly old lark along the way.
Indeed.
Tane picks up the case and follows both of them.
Wonderful. As they step into the car, sorry, does anyone make attempts to stop them, or do they not, or are we good?
What's Omari doing?
I am taking my basket of sacrifices.
That's entirely fair. You sacrifices?
Amari looks completely hurt, betrayed, and he just kind of looks at the assembled people and just kind of picks up his stuff and leaves.
Okay.
Austin, I'm thinking if you have time, we might do a short scene in the car.
If we can make it short, yes. Otherwise,
we don't necessarily have to do it tonight. We can just do it because I'm sensing that this is all going to culminate at another scene when we all kind of congeal at either the Ducal Palace or Ayala's mansion. Or does she live in a mansion or a library, Kim? I can't. One or the other.
The front is a library.
So it's a manchinnery or a manchimbery.
Yes.
yes.
Excellent. Phrasing is the key.
Or a librarian.
A light chan.
That sounds like something that sounds like a sub form of 4chan. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not
Welcome
the place
to
I want to go.
But yeah, so he will bring them out into the car and zoom away. Zoom.
So, that it is now up to you guys because it seems that a good portion are heading over to Ayala's place. It is up to you guys if you wish to continue that here or have that at a scene at another day.
I do know that I don't want us to be scene locked, so it may, if we do a social later, it'll probably be.
Yeah, it might be wise to just deal with this now then and just cut the. Basically, yeah, we try to not scene lock people because that's not very fun. So.
I mean, like, you wouldn't be scene locked. It would pretty much just be like y'all all went and gave your report to the Baroness and went on your way, and or we could just like get the assembled again and just like have that scene at a later date, whereas you guys aren't scene locked. But like I said, we could also just continue it down here in this hangout.
Well, what I was going to do is Blythe was basically going to get there as fast as she could. Has already set up what she's going to tell the Baroness. Hits play. It's going to tell everything to the Baroness, and then she's going to say, what's going to happen next is, I don't care about a reward. I'm tired of dealing with all these stupid people. And then she's going to preface it, not you, you're cool. And then she's going to leave.
Okay. If we're gonna do it here, then just so we get it out of the way, Austin, while we are in the car, Ashrin is going to say that you have actually done an immense service to House Baelor and to the noble representatives for undermining the faith that has been placed in a known member of the Shadow Court and undermining their vicious and evil regime. And he would like to offer you a squiredom.
Oh.
And the protection of House Baelor.
Ew.
Are you going to get out of the car feeling like you need a shower or something?
That is something you, me, and the ST will discuss at some point on how your fealty nobility rules work.
Yeah, obviously that's entirely fine.
But
I think the way
let me think on it.
I think the way we work it is the same they worked it in Hong Kong, which was you can squire for a noble, but you can choose your own house. Are we doing it like they did in Hong Kong, Kim, or are we doing it different? I think it does.
Yeah, you can be squired under someone of a different house.
Yeah, so if you become a noble, you choose the house you want to enter, and it helps if you want to be Seelie and you're squired to a Seelie person, it helps, and if you're unseelie and you want to get squired to an unseelie house, if the person who's you're squired to is unseelie, etc.
Well, like also, since this is still live, we can like discuss this later, or we can figure out if we're gonna.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, it might be better if
I will discuss that.
Yeah.
We will have.
Sorry.
I will think on your offer. Let us continue with the scene.
Okay.
Beautiful.
The reason I say in that case, how about we do the cut thing? Let Austin have a think about it, because this might be something that he might want to decide before the car ride ends. Let's do that turn of phrase, but it needs something that needs more player time than game time.
Right, because work is gonna happen. I gotta go to bed soon.
Yeah.
Just a point. The markings for what is apparently this man's bodyguard is not of the same house. So in character, you may be able to have a concept of knowledge why that it might work for you. Maybe not. Don't know.
I mean, I would. There is a house.
His bodyguard's not the same house.
Right.
I tell you what, Kim. Why don't we just cut it and do the outro, and then we can discuss it for a little bit? Because there's no point in just doing it on camera.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin, where I really don't want another cross-venue scene to happen ever again. Thank you.
And it happens in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Eventually.
And we're not live sometime soon.
It'll get there. She'll get there, Joseph. She'll get there.
One
Who the fuck
day.
is Joseph, none of your business.
Are you sure you pressed the button, Evan?
Oh shit! I was pushing the button.
You